An artist friend recently described me as a Vermont artist who picks things up when she walks. And it is not wrong. I don't know about the word artist, but certainly I'm somebody who picks things up when she walks. And because that is such an important part of who I am in my daily life, I wanted to finally post a video on YouTube. I make a lot of painting videos, but they're all on my Patreon. And there's all kinds of reasons why people may not want to be on Patreon. So I just kind of honestly forgot about posting things here for all to see that want to. So I will show you what I love about watercolor. This is a gorgeous paper. So one of the things I love is a gorgeous watercolor paper. Those French seem to know how to make it. I have my gorgeous handmade paints in even more gorgeous pottery pans inside a stunning palette made by my friend Chad. The pottery is made by my friend Marina. This is the cover of a Voyager Deluxe. I am not being paid for this. I just really, really love being able to work with beautiful materials, which make the beauty of the whole watercolor process even more pleasant. All right, we make beauty, and in so doing can begin maybe to do a little bit of repairing of the world. And these are some of the things. These are my latest pickup during a walk. Oops. And sometimes I just put my objects on paper. I like to use brushes that I enjoy using, even though this is not handmade or fancy, but it works really well. Unfortunately, they're not made anymore. I don't know yet what are the different things that I will be painting, but that's exactly how this works. You go with it. And the most pleasant way of painting in watercolor is to not draw. It's an opportunity to pay attention to things and being present. And you just kind of let your eyes wander. It's almost like watching tennis, something I've never enjoyed, but you know what I mean. You go from one object to another. So this is a heart-shaped leaf from my neighborhood. And you just, while it's wet, you can keep adding to your piece. Once it dries, you want to stop. You don't even have to do the veins if you don't want to. These are darkish, so we can do them later. Remember that you can throw out compost, rather, the object that you painted. Don't feel like, oh, it doesn't look like it. I mean, I can't tell you what to feel and what not to feel, but there is a beautiful sensuality to the process of putting beautiful paint on beautiful paper, and that alone, I think, is a way of repairing the world by taking care of your own heart first and bring peace to it. I remember as a teenager hearing Mother Teresa saying, we can't have peace in the world until we have peace in our hearts. And as a black and white, all or none teenager, I was kind of bothered by that. I thought, well, yeah, peace in your heart is nice and well, but we need to stop having war in the world. How is peace in my heart going to stop the war in the world? Yes, I was arrogant enough to question the wisdom of Mother Teresa. Now I see it. There is so much war in the world, so much of it. To hope to stop it is almost futile, except if we see it as something that it's a process that we are willing, each of us, to participate. Otherwise, it's just a matter for the powers that be. We have nothing to do with it. I don't think so. I think a little bit of peace in this world is a good thing. And I say this without any kind of virtue signaling, because I am not a peaceful soul. And then, you have your box of things and a beautiful piece of paper. You can have, I usually work on small paper, but I thought this would be better for a video. Now this is something I picked up on my walks in San Diego when I visited my mom. I don't think it's a bottle tree, something like that. It's not something we have here. And even your colors don't have to be realistic. Sure, some color mixing theory is good to learn and may make you more pleased with the results, but we all see things differently, and sometimes when we look at something, it's kind of like, to me at least, I think it's a lot like seeing resemblances, right? I grew up in a family fixated with that. Oh, he looks like her. Oh, she looks like him. Oh, he looks like her father. We do a lot of that. And I noticed that people say different things and see different things about resemblances. Usually, I think, because we notice and focus on something unique, something different. What I see is not what you see. So I think it's the same with art and painting things from reality. You might notice the blueness of this sprig of lavender, and I may notice more the pinkness. There is blue, there is pink, but I might see the pink as more striking. It's what I notice more, so I paint it more pink. I just give an example. I don't see a lot of pink here, but you know what I mean. So I think that emphasis on the pink makes the painting more like what I see. So that's kind of like my philosophy on this. This is a rambling. My Patreon videos tend to be short-ish, but rambling while I paint is kind of my trademark. I don't know that I should be proud of it, but I used to not be able to paint and talk at the same time. Now it seems like I'm unable to stop talking while I paint. It's a little bit messy here. I wanted to show you another beautiful thing. I think it's called Chinese lantern plant. Much brighter than most things in my it's just so much nicer not to draw first. And something I recommend when you do a direct, there's a little mess here from earlier, but that's okay. Something I recommend is that you don't do like the outline and then draw it in. I think it's comes out better if you just actually paint the shape. You know what I mean? I mean, sometimes you've got to draw with the brush, but often you don't. You can just kind of use the side of the brush to make your brush strokes rather than the tip as if it were a pencil. And then, you know, as you proceed, things dry, you may want to do some second layers. Let's see what else. Oh, this is a nice one. Poppy. Let's see, I'll get to use this color. I called it gray rose because it separates into pink. So part of the reason for this video is my sense of gratitude for the past year and all the art friends it brought and the art making opportunities that arose, and even making art with friends occasionally, whether live or in person or in via Zoom through our Patreon gatherings. It's been nice, and I'm very grateful for it. And I hope if you're an artist that you have a support network, even just Instagram. You know, there's lovely communities of non-professional artists, and some professional artists participate too, and it's just something worth considering. I know that for many people during the pandemic, it was a wonderful way to be in touch with others. And for those of us, including me, whose life is not the life of an artist. I mean, I'm an academic, and it's very different lifestyle, and I love it, but I don't hang out with people who paint IRL, in real life, right? This is real life too. So I recommend some sort of community. It doesn't mean I'm not really a socialite. I'm very happy to paint alone, but to have other people that in your life that do something similar and enjoy something similar and share it with you, even if it's just sharing the ups and downs, the joys and the horrors. It's really a game changer, I think, because it is a language. I often asked, oh, how do I learn a foreign language? Well, not on your own. Foreign languages, no language is foreign to everybody, but languages are about communication. And if you don't communicate, if you don't have someone to communicate with, you're not going to learn. And I think it's similar with the visual language. It's nice to have that encouragement. I'm playing with some extra violet that's not necessarily there, but I love it. So that's the takeaway. What is the takeaway here? Enjoy the process, because it is not meaningless and it is not selfish. Thank you for watching.